Here I am with my farm flooded right now, and I feel absolutely fine about it. You know, probably one of my biggest lessons from all of this is don't jump in, just wait. Come in here every morning to check and see if I've got any newborns. See our youngest calf in the background there with his mom Audrey. Then we've got Ariel the little mermaid hanging out here, still looking very, very pregnant. Then we have Annabelle, our very pregnant cow. She is also looking ready to go, but still nothing yet. And then we have Anne of Green Gables with some hair on her head. And here's her little heifer calf, Belinda Carlisle. My golly dogs, you're balls of energy today. Let's go for a little walk. Actually, over here has dried up a little bit. Yesterday, this was absolutely disgusting. Since we had a freeze last night and it's about 30 degrees right now, it's actually frozen some of the mud. Of course, it's gonna warm up again today and that won't last. Ready to let out the chickens and the geese? Huh? You're gonna be a good girl? Lately, Abby is becoming incredibly well behaved with the geese. Let's see how she does with this one today. Morning, geese! Good job, Abby girl. I'm very proud of you. They're definitely going out to the water. Hey girl, you look like you're missing the rest of your flock. We still got a couple girls laying on nests. How are you doing there, lady? Ooh, she just got off, so I'll try to grab those eggs. She's like, don't interrupt me, I'm in the middle of laying. Please leave me alone. And we got our buddy, Uncle Buck. How's it going, pal? And you ladies are putting in the work, that's good to see. Abby, we leave those eggs alone, remember? This goose is trying to get by Abby, but Abby doesn't seem to want to let her through. This is a good interaction to see because Abby's being very calm, the goose is being very calm, everything's very polite. This is kind of what I want to see out of them. And you can also see my chickens are starting to make their way out. See how many eggs we got out of this one here this morning. So 3 so far out of this nest. And I'm gonna guess there's probably several underneath her. This has actually been the more popular of the 2 nests for the geese. This is working out so much better than my nesting situation in years past. Whoa. Good morning, weird chickens. So there's been a thinning of the ranks of our weird chickens. I actually gave away Penny the rooster as well as one of our silky hens. And so now our group is a little bit smaller, but for genetic diversity's sake, it's actually necessary that Penny move on, so. But don't worry, he's actually with a very good home. Abby, you've gotten so muddy there, girl. Look at your bum. Look at that. How'd you get so muddy? I mean, you're adorable, but you're muddy. Wow. You won't even let me get the camera around you to get behind you. Yeah, look at that. And yeah, the wind is blowing here pretty hard today, but my fix for preventing the hoop house from ripping more is actually working pretty good, even though it's maybe not the most aesthetically pleasing choice. Come on, Abby, we're gonna release the quacking. You ready? Release the quacking! Yes, this is officially the ducks' favorite time of year. So every year our pasture floods like this. We have a man-made pond that we dug a few years back that's right here. And then this is like the overflow basin. And then I actually have a drainage direction for all this to go down towards a stream that's over there. But yeah, this happens every year. And I will admit, it's actually one of my favorite moments each year is watching how happy the ducks and geese are being out here in this pond, both the major pond as well as the minor pond that forms. It's so like relaxing to just come out here and watch them in the morning and see them enjoy the water and swim around and look for food. Like, this is what raising waterfowl should look like, I feel like. It's not to say that you need a body of water to raise waterfowl. It's just that it's, I don't know, more natural and easy and relaxing. You got the Parks and Recreation gang hanging out by the pool. Ron Swanson is the little duck. Untitled Goose Game Goose is the gander that you see on the far left. And then the rest of the geeses are just the ladies that are part of that troop. Even though they're about 2 years old right now, they're still pretty separate from the rest of our flock. So Jeannie, what do you think of pond season? Do you like it or do you not like it? The internet would like to know. I don't know if you guys can see this in the video, but we are getting the tiniest little flurries of snow falling here. Abby, come. Come. Yes, good girl, good girl. You're learning. You're getting there, you're learning. Toby, what are you doing all this nipping for, hey? Oh, Toby wants to play. That's okay, you guys can work off some energy. It's cool. Toby, you don't have to be serious all the time. You guys are too funny. You know, a big part of our farm design was making sure that we could create this area. Oh wait, would you guys look at this? Looks like we have some incoming here. My birds are concerned. Abby's gone on the chase. I don't think those geese are coming here. Toby's like, wow, that was easy. I didn't even have to do anything this year. Good job, Abby. Way to protect the grounds. Good job, girl. But actually, the arrival of those Canada geese is almost like a perfect example of how, you know, I wanted to create a very good farm habitat here. And, you know, it's so attractive that we're attracting wild animals. So it's just actually really rewarding to see that this is like an attractive place to wildlife too. You know, Abby, I give you clean water, but for some reason you like to drink out of the big old ducky toilet bowl. All right, let's watch how Abby does here. You know, I've been watching her more and more with chickens. She has been absolutely phenomenal when it comes to dealing with the ducks and the geese, as you saw earlier today even. Like, you know, she's only been on our farm for like a little less than a month, and she was perfectly chill with a giant flock of geese running by her screaming like crazy. That's some of that good guard dog nature. Just need to make sure she doesn't get herself into trouble, because sometimes she can do that. Speaking of getting herself into trouble, I have still had some real problems with my area that I've used to contain Abby and use as a daycare for her. So as you guys know, I really believe that when I'm here with Abby and I can supervise her, I need to give her lots and lots of farm exposure. But when I can't be out here, I need to lock her up and keep her from getting access to the rest of the farm and potentially getting at the birds and having some tragic consequences, actually. But unfortunately, this area isn't working. As you guys saw in a previous video, Abby is able to jump over this fence. And she's now even recently started to learn how to jump over this side of the gate as well. If she gets used to jumping over these gates, I will have a real problem on my hands, because that's what I use to secure the rest of the main pasture when we have our 2 gates. And so as a result of that, I actually spent some time yesterday building out a brand new area to house Abby and be her puppy daycare. This will also be the place that I keep her when she goes into heat, and I don't want her breeding with Toby. So I took a little time yesterday afternoon and I set up a whole new area for Abby where she can stay and hopefully won't be able to escape. Let me show you what I've done. Excuse me, geese, get out of here. Chickens too, come on. Oh, you like that spot, don't you? Come on, everybody out, let's go. All right, they're not gonna get out if the dogs are guarding the door, but luckily I built in a feature of 2 doors in this place. All right, so I will get them out the other door. Dogs, you're playing bouncer here. There you go, she figured it out. Come on, everybody else is figuring it out. Let's go, out this door, come on. Out, out, out. All birds out. There we go. So I ended up getting my hands on several more of these dog kennel panels. And these ones aren't horribly bent like the ones that I ruined the other day. So she's actually got a surprising lot of space. So this area over here on the other side, I'd originally had just 4 panels set up, and this is like the expansion area for when my goslings and ducklings get too big to be just inside the brooder or just inside their little patio space. This is like an extension space. I also put in this ice cube, which I think Abby actually likes. So I built this dog house for Toby a little while back, and he hated it. So I had to come up with a plan B, and that's ultimately why I built Toby's house. Yeah, I know, buddy. But Abby here seems very comfortable with it, and so she likes it. And so I've stuffed it full of fresh straw, and I'm gonna give her a shot of using it and seeing if she likes it in here. If not, I might have to come up with a different doghouse solution. This time of year, it's really not nearly as cold as it usually is. I mean, like I said, the low overnight last night, I think it was like 30 degrees. So it's not that bad at all. I even got this sort of awning kit that goes with the kennel. So, you know, she's covered from the wet, which is actually the biggest thing. And she's covered from the wind because, you know, you have a windbreak with the duck house right there. she's tilted out this way, and then this thing actually does some good wind protection as well. So I think she's gonna be okay. I'm gonna be watching that closely. I think she really likes it though. Toby just could not get himself comfortable to go inside of it. But for whatever reason, I think Abby's less shy about it. Come on, Abby, you wanna crawl in here with me? Oh yeah, hey. Toby, are you jealous? Is that why you're trying to come in here as well? I've got a dog pile on me right now. There's so much dog in here. Tobesy, are you gonna come in, man? All right, that's cool. Those two make me so happy. So yeah, that is Abby's new area. It also gives her a lot more extra space. And she's also by the highest traffic area here on the farm, or usually highest traffic area on the farm. So you'll see like the birds come here to get their food and water. And so that means she will see a lot of bird activity, but the birds can't get in and she can't get out. Well, she can't get out when I lock her in there. All right, let's keep this closed for now so that the geese don't get in, okay? Oh, did you see that? That goose was chasing Pablo and Abby stepped in and protected Pablo. Good job, Abs. You know, whenever people get new land, like they just bought like an old farm or a homestead, or they just bought some raw land, they always ask experts like, what's the #1 thing I should do? Like, what's the first thing I should do? The people who ask the question usually have this list in the back of their mind of things like, oh, you should plant trees, or you should build a garage, or you should, like, you know, do all of this stuff. But most of the experts, or at least the experts who know what they're talking about, generally give you this advice that you should always just watch and observe for the first year that you're on a property. You should just take the time to get to know what's going on with the land, get to know the climate, get to know the quirks, get to know the places that get a lot of sun, get to know the places that are like cold pockets, get to know the places that flood. And what you're gonna find is once you've gone through that year, you've observed so much, and the plan that you would make 1 year later is gonna be very different than the plan you'd make in that first couple of months. And so yes, here I am with my farm flooded right now, and I feel absolutely fine about it. And that really is only because I just sort of sat back and watched for the first year. You know, we planted our trees back in 2017, about, I don't know, I think it was about 16 months after we purchased the property. I think that that first year of just observing the land and seeing where it flooded helped build a lot of our plans. That's why we put swales and berms on the side of the hill, so that actually this land floods less. Even though they're still frozen right now, they're capturing water. And in some of my wettest spots, that ice is starting to melt, and I have myself a little stream that runs through here. These little streams run all up and down along the side of my trees, and they capture water and store water and supply my trees with more water. Again, that would have been something that I wouldn't have known if I'd rushed right into planting trees, and I was able to take advantage of it. Similarly, as I dug the pond, it was intended to capture the water that rolls off this hill and rolls down there and rolls down into the stream. That idea came from careful observation. So if you have a property that you just got, or you're dreaming of getting a property that you will have someday, you know, probably one of my biggest lessons from all of this is don't jump in, just wait.
Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it.
Even though your homestead and farm dreams have been burning something right into your soul and you want to jump right into it, just take the time to observe. It'll make all the difference. And if you build a plan that fits the natural aspects of your land, you're going to be able to find amazing and beautiful experiences like the one we have going on right here. I mean, again, just look at that. Isn't it just magnificent? Seeing all the birds out here interacting, doing their thing. Having the bees, having the livestock guardian dog out here helping keep them safe. Like, that is how a farm should work, in my opinion. You know, you're working with nature, not fighting against it. And since Abby is no longer gonna need this space, might as well open it back up for bird activity. And rip all this stuff down. Some chickens have already made themselves home here. Well, if you guys want to lay eggs, go for it. I'll just have to try to keep track of them. I bet you the geese try to take this area over pretty quickly. Even though I put in a lot more nesting space this year, I still probably didn't put in enough. Okay, that mama goose should have laid her egg by now. Let's see if she's off the nest. No, you're still on it? Trying to go broody on me, huh? Can I convince you to get off? Can I get you off? There we go. It's okay, you can go back to sitting if you want. I just need to take these eggs. 2, 3. Here we go, 3 more eggs. So that makes 6 on the morning so far? Yes, I was correct, 6 eggs. Of course, I don't think I can sell this one. This one is too small. There's much greater chance of it being low viability. Toby dog, I think this egg might be in your future. Okay, Abby dog, it's time to put you in daycare. Let's go. I'm trying to get her comfortable to come in here so she doesn't fight me trying to get in. Come on, Abby. Good girl, yeah. And because you were a good girl and you came in, here, get some of your open farm kibble. Enjoy. So she can eat. I don't think the barn cats can or want to get in, even though they do seem very interested in the food. She's got water, she's got shade, she's got toys. I gotta go inside and do some work inside the house, and so while I'm inside, she'll stay in here for a couple hours, but then I'll probably be back out around lunchtime, and so I can spend some more time with her. Don't worry, Toby dog, you get a snack too. You can eat it right off the rock. For some reason, Toby loves to eat off of this rock. He actually likes to eat out of the bowl less. Like if I put that egg in the bowl, he would have been shy about it and probably left it. But because he gets to eat it right off the rock, he goes crazy over it. I don't know if he'll eat that shell though. That chicken looks very interested in the shell. Oh, would you look at that? Jimi Hendrix is getting a drink. You're doing such a good mom job there, Audrey. Really impressed with what you've been doing with little Jimmy. Hey, little Jimmy. How are you doing, buddy? Enjoying this nice warm morning that's starting to heat up? Let's see if I can get him curious about this. He's like, nope, no thank you. Oh. Poor little Belinda's looking for her mom. Her mom's over there. Audrey's like, get out of the way, my kid's coming through. Here comes mom though. Ah, yes. She's like, don't worry. Audrey might not love you, but I love you.